Good morning. Good morning, Jackie. It's been raining. Out of all the years I've been doing this, every September, planting the seeds for new beginnings, I woke up to rain, and it's probably just very slightly raining now. So I'm sort of ready to dash inside if I need to, and I've also got a sun umbrella if I need to cover up my phone. So I'll run and grab that if I need to. But this is the first time in, I don't know, it must be 8 or 9 years that I've done this every September, and I've usually got the sun umbrella out because it's so hot. But it's been raining, so the ground's nice and damp, which is great. So welcome, I'm Leanne Peters. This is our Planting the Seeds for New Beginnings, our healing event that I do every September. And this is September 2025. It's the last day of the month here in Australia. I'm coming to you live from Tasmania, Australia. So it is the 30th of September here. It's about 9 a.m. and I think sounds like the rain might be picking up. I think I might just dash just over to my sliding door, grab my umbrella, set that up so I at least don't get my phone wet, and then we'll just see how we go. So just bear with me a couple of minutes. You might hear a dog barking in the background. That's not mine, but there are birds and all sorts of things. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, that might do it for us. Good morning. Hi, Matt. Hi, Teala. So sun umbrella, I just had to make sure there was no spiders in it because I haven't opened it for 6 months or so. So the phone's under our umbrella. I think we're good. So welcome. Oh, what crazy energy it is at the moment. It just seems to be so much negativity about and toxicity. But a lot of it's coming from inside of us, which is crazy. So I'm very much, very keen, like in the energy of this moment, to continue to clear some of that stuff, especially based on the cards that I pulled for the week as we transition into October. There seems to be a surge in negativity and toxicity externally and internally that we're being encouraged to really clear up before we start October. So I'm going to work with that, knowing that as well. So I have a little garden here. It's nothing fancy that I turned over yesterday, stuck some sheep manure in it, and I have some seeds to plant. Now I was going to plant garlic, but it's not the right time of the year for garlic, so I think the best chance I've got is to plant something else. So I have beans, I have some zucchini, I have some chili, and I have some leek. And I'm going to plant it all in here, and I'm going to plant a seed for you all. So I have 25 people on the list today. I've got you in my pot here, so I've printed you out pretty small. So I'm going to put you into the soil with the seed, whichever seed it is that I pick for you. So let's start with the healing energy card, and then we'll do some smudging. So planting the seeds for new beginnings. Let's look at this very first initial time before we plant the seeds, to clear out the stuff to pull out the weeds, to clear out the things that are, what would you say? I want to say in the way. So like weeds, in the way of allowing the seeds to be planted. The seeds represent the new things that we want to bring into our life, the new things that we need to bring into our life, because what we want and what we need can be two different things. I also am personally thinking of planting the seeds that align with my highest truth. And I always try and live my life in accordance with and being as well aligned with as I can be with my highest truth, which is like God, the creator, the universe. And I've amped that up in the last 2 weeks, and I'm really noticing a lot of stuff shifting. So let's look at what we need to clear. What weeds do we need to pull? What do we need to do to prepare ourselves to plant these new seeds in our life, this fresh new start, these new beginnings that the seeds represent? So I'm going to start with a healing energy card, then I'm going to do some smudging. So the best healing energy card that we need for right now as we prepare ourselves to plant the seeds for new beginnings is from the first deck, and it is this charging card 51. It's in the rest category. There is this pulling back feeling. I've felt it very strongly these last couple of days especially. A pulling back feeling, almost a withdrawal feeling, a slipping internally into this internal place, introspection as well. So it's in the rest category, charging. It says here, stop to refuel and recharge yourself. Maybe this is something a lot of us need to. Maybe we need to just stop and listen and rest and recharge and refuel and take stock of what's changed in our life, take stock of how we feel at the moment, take stock of where we are. It says energetic boost, replenishment, power surge, electric energy, make the time that's required and restore. So we might need to recharge and need to refuel and need to restore, but we could still go about our busy life ignoring that and not doing anything about supporting that. I feel like this time that we have now, and maybe some of us are called for extra moments that we can capture through our days at the moment, to actually make the time to refuel, to make the time to restore ourselves and whatever it is that we need to recalibrate within us, as a way to make the adjustments that are needed, or the adjustments from the changes that we've been through recently perhaps, so that we can make sure that we're in alignment to be able to move forward. So charging, receiving, or making the time to receive what we need to refuel ourselves. I'm going to get the smudge stick and we're going to do some smudging. I've got some sage in here in my balance bowl. Good morning, everybody. It's good to see you. Thanks for joining me today. Sorry about the bumpiness. Okay, nice big breath. Oh, we've got magpies singing in the background. Don't know if you can hear them on this microphone. So this is our time to prepare. Ready yourself. In fact, we've probably been readying ourselves for this, perhaps for the last few days at the very least. Tweeting. Okay. Take a nice big breath as we ask this sacred smoke to wash over our bodies and carry away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks, and attachments. Anything that we're holding on too tightly to that has no room to heal, or no room to grow, or no room to improve, or no room for the truth to come in, let's let it go. Let's let go of everything that does not align with our highest truth, that does not align with God, the creator, the universe, Great Spirit, whatever terminology you prefer to use. I like to use my highest truth. So let's let go of everything that does not align with that does not align with the higher power, the higher truth, the creator of who we are, and allow ourselves to let that go. Give ourselves permission to let it go. Just going to rest that for a second. I'm going to turn these down. Down, down, down. That's a cockatoo. Oops. My stand is very crazy. As you'll probably find out, it could just randomly flop. Okay, now let's smudge our soil. Let's clear this fertile ground of any attack or untoward energy that we aren't aware of that is trying to hinder or stop or suffocate the growth of new things in our life, whether these are attacks from other people, attacks or our own sabotage that we might be making towards our dreams and our goals. The seeds represent new beginnings. They can also represent our dreams, our goals, our ability to move forward into the future. All corners, all aspects, all crevices and pockets in our life. So we clear, let go, and let the new come in. Okay, I'll just rest this again, bring this up. Just going to say a few more things before we plant up. Hello. All right, I think that might be okay. My poor stand is just getting very flopsy. Stay. All right, let's just snuff out this stick here. And having a bit of rain too, present today, which, as I say, is the first time this has happened in all these years hosting this event, is also a sign of cleansing that's needed. So I don't mind spending extra minutes, extra time cleansing and making sure we're all ready for this. All right. This thing's falling apart. I think it's on its last legs now. I've got sand in this pot, by the way. Okay. We can do this, you know. We can do this. We can step into this next phase, into this new door. Even though we might feel scared and uncertain and maybe wanting not to in some way right now, we know we have to. So let's know that we can do this, even if we feel resistance or fear or frightened or uncertainty. Sometimes we've just got to go for it. Okay, let's pop this card back. Charging, if you just joined in. Charging here, our card in preparation for planting the seeds for new beginnings, which is why we're here. Now I've got my drum around here. It should be okay. I don't think it's become too damp yet, but I'm preparing now to plant the seeds. So I can feel this shift. I can feel resistance to it. I feel that some of us may feel scared about this next step and really seriously planting these seeds in our life and moving towards a fresh new start, opening this new door. There is resistance here. I feel like I have resistance to proceeding. It's not going to stop me, but I'm just saying I feel resistance to that now, just generally as I connect in with this energy. So the best card to support us is we dive in, we jump off the cliff into the unknown. And for some of us, this is what it feels like. And we might have good reason. We might be able to say, this is why I feel like I'm jumping off the cliff. Some of us might not have any good reason why it feels like this. But there is this readiness. We're preparing to jump off the cliff and into the unknown. And it's scary. There is fear around that. We need courage to be able to do that. So here we go. Healing Energy Cards, Deck 1. Or self-confrontation, card 42. This is in the depth energy. The depth energy also calls us inward, but it calls us down and in. The rest energy calls us back and in, like a restful, healing, withdrawing sort of recovery time. The depth energy here calls us down and in. This is calling us into deep places, into the unknown, actually within ourselves. So even though we're stepping into the unknown in our life, we might be diving off or jumping off the cliff in our life itself into the unknown of some sort. We're actually jumping off the cliff inside ourselves too. A lot of the stuff that's happening on the outside is actually also happening on the inside. So the toxicity we feel that's coming at us from other people or externally is also coming at us from internally. So we're having to also take responsibility for the role we're playing in these feelings that we have, that we might feel that this person's doing this to me. Well, actually, I'm doing this to me too. So I need to stop it so that I'm not attracting other people doing that to me as well. So as we dive off or jump off the cliff in our life into the unknown in very physical ways, as we open up these doors, we're also jumping into the unknown within ourselves. So it's external, but it's also internal. It always is, but it just seems quite loudly both at the moment. So if we find ourselves worrying about what's coming up or what's happening to us externally, let's look at how does this reflect or how does this relate to what we're also feeling inside. So that's that depth energy. Now, this is the self-confrontation card, which is already self-explanatory, but I'll read this here. It says, have courage to look in the mirror. So this is showing us that there's something reflecting that we're seeing in our life that's actually reflecting back to us in the mirror. If we give ourselves permission to see, it could be a fear, a lack of courage. It could be our own negativity towards our progress. It could be our own sabotage towards our progress. It could be our own negativity towards ourselves. It could be anything like that. Come out of hiding. We're not going to feel like we want to come out of hiding yet. It just doesn't feel that way. I mean, here I am standing under an umbrella with all this cloud around and this light drizzle of rain. We're not going to feel like coming out of hiding yet, but maybe tomorrow as we hit the 1st of October, maybe over the coming days, we might, maybe in the coming hours, we might feel ready to step out, come out of hiding and reveal ourselves to ourselves and to the world. So we might not feel that yet, but we are preparing to come out of hiding. Face off, so taking off the masks and the coverings that we put over ourselves, the fooling that we do towards ourselves and perhaps others. Care about how you feel. This is very interesting. Care about how you feel. We're the only ones really that can care about how we feel. We might hope that others care about how we feel, but we can't expect that from anybody. Ultimately, we have to be the ones that care about how we feel and what's right and doing the right thing for us and those people in our care in this particular situation. Stop holding back. Let's stop sabotaging, doubting ourselves, allowing resistance and fear to stop us, and step forward in self-belief. I believe in myself. I believe that I can do this. I know that I can do this. I trust that I can do this. Create a new safe zone. Now, this is interesting. So it suggests too that some of us may have our comfort zone has changed. And it takes some adjusting, depending on our situation, to be able to find a new comfort zone. Sometimes we can only find it in our own heart, especially if we're in between a living situation or things are unsettled around the home. It can be difficult to find our comfort zone if it's recently changed. So this is saying create a new safe zone. So it could be in your vehicle, it could be in a room, it could be in your own heart or body, it could be a place in nature, almost a temporary safe zone, safe place for us to be able to be ourselves. That's what safe places are for, safe zones, not the current version of a safe place. It's kind of a little bit corrupt, those words at the moment, in my opinion. but like a safe zone, our comfort zone, the zone where we feel comfortable to be ourselves. That's probably been changing lately for some reason. Could be a reason that's known to us or a reason that's unknown. But we might find ourselves creating perhaps a temporary or a completely new safe zone for ourselves, a comfort zone. And honesty. I mean, we have to be honest with ourselves as we confront, because this is self-confrontation. This is about us confronting ourselves and the role we're playing in our problems right now, the role we're playing in holding ourselves back. We might easily blame other people, but actually, what are we doing to contribute to this, and how can we confront that? Because that is something we can control, we can take responsibility for, is we can change ourselves. We can't change others. So if we can change ourselves, then maybe there are things about us that aren't great that we can also confront and then change and shift. So this is confronting, obviously, it's in the title, but this is what we're preparing to do as we take steps to plant these new seeds in our life. Okay, I'm going to grab my seeds and my names. Okay, it's 25 people on the list today. Thank you all for your support. So what have we got? Oops, I'm dropping my beans. My beans. I'm like Jack and the Beanstalk. Let's plant these beans so that we can... Okay, I want to get the seeds. I'm going to put the seeds in there so I've got the amount that I want. 7 beans. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7. This is not going to be so easy when I get to the small seeds, but we will do our best. Okay, beans are done. We've got zucchini. It's springtime here for those of you in the US. So a good time to plant these things. Okay, zucchini's not too bad. We want 8 of these. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 7, 8. Now it's going to be interesting to see which seed you get when I call your name. Next is leek. Leek, which is like an onion. 6 seeds. How big are these guys? They sound small. Oh, babies. Okay, how many? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's put you in there. Actually, I'm not going to know, am I, which one's which. Did they all go in? I can only see 4. They must have gone in. I can't see that they went anywhere else. Okay, we'll have those there as backup if we need them. And chili. Let's see, hopefully these look different than the leek so I can tell them apart. If not, I'll keep them aside. Okay, we want 4 chili. So there's not many chilies. Oh, yeah, these are heaps different. Of course, they're just chili seeds. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 chili seeds. Okay, that's everybody. So I've put them in with your names. How are we going to do this? Where did I put my... I'm just going to get my little spade thing here. Put some gloves on. Don't want to be playing with sheep manure with my bare hands. Okay, so take a nice big breath. Let's put this thing in my pocket. Take a nice big breath. Now, as I'm going to say your name, plant your seed. I'll let you know which seed we've got for you. I think work with this time as best as you can. Really think of this as you preparing yourself and really being ready to plant these new seeds in your life. Now, where does this go to? Yep, it goes right to the bottom. Okay, let's just get this soil prepared. So take some nice big breaths, and I'll just turn it. Excuse my whatever you're seeing, I don't know. So I always have done potatoes. until today too. So that's interesting. The first time I've had rain and the first time I'm planting something other than potatoes. Why am I not planting potatoes? Well, since we moved here, potatoes actually are not growing great. So I'm trying something different. We have beautiful soil here. It's clay. And as long as it's not too dry, it's actually really rich, which is not great for potatoes because potatoes really loved our sandy soil. Okay, soil is being prepared. This is representing fertile ground that we're preparing for ourselves. No one else can do it for us. We're preparing this for ourselves in our life. It's up to us. You know, it's easy for people to have an opinion. It's easy for people to criticise. But ultimately, our life decisions are up to us. We make them. We deal with the challenges of them and we deal with the benefits of them too. We take ownership of our life. Okay, so what do we need here? We will do some beans down here. So we'll do beans first. 2 rows of beans. Zucchini's going to take over, so I'll probably plant 2 together. So we've got 8. And then we'll do some leek here. Oh no, we'll do some chili here at the back. And some leek at the front. Yeah. Okay, let's start. Oops, I'm treading on my cord here. Let's start with the beans. Beans. Who's going to have the beans? I'm going to just sit you down first, then I'll poke you in with my gloves on. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to pick you up. Okay, and it is the rains, the drizzle's just picking up a little bit more now. Okay, first bean is for here, Sally Rogers. Now where can I put my pot? I'll come back to you. Let's get a bean here for Sally. We've got a bean here for someone, this person, Susan Sonsteng. You got a bean. I'm thinking beans like Jack and the Beanstalk. So that's you, Susan. So I'm wrapping you in over the bean. Sally Rogers. So think about, well, I'm thinking about Jack and the Beanstalk. You might be thinking of something else to do with beans. But I'm thinking these beans are going to hopefully climb up to the sky, up into the clouds, up into our dreams. Next bean person is Teala. Teala Smith, be ready to take your dreams high with this bean. I grabbed a bean. Next person, without looking, is Anne-Marie Douglas. Let's get you down here. So that's 4. Another bean. And we have Chelsea Keith. Chelsea Keith, let the bean grow, grow, grow. You're there. Next bean is for this person, Allison. Allison, get ready to take things to new heights. In fact, we can all do this, really. I'm just thinking of Jack and the Beanstalk, you know, like, where's my other bean? One more bean. This last bean is for Priscilla Kimboko. Priscilla, planting this bean for you Into the ground you go, into the fertile ground. So that's all the beans. Next is the zucchini. Now, zucchini grows very full and wide, abundance with fruit, we could say. And super, super green, big leaves. The frogs love them. So first person is Matthew Keith. You're a zucchini, Matthew. So wrapping you in this zucchini seed. Get ready to stretch across the earth, across the ground, across with things in your life. Next person with zucchini is A Sheep No More. That's Julie. Wrapping you around this seed, Julie, and planting you into the fertile ground so you can plant whatever you want to plant in your life. Next zucchini is for Nicole Wiggins. Nicole, popping you down into the ground for growing, getting your roots growing, roots down and leaves up. Next for zucchini is Nicki Mohler. Nicki, down into the fertile grounds you go to plant some good roots in your life. You've got 4 more of these. Zucchini is, next is Pamela Florea. Pamela, your zucchini today. In you go for growing your strong roots down. Oops, I dropped a zucchini seed. Let me get a replacement. The drizzle's picking up, which is good for the earth, not so great for streaming, but so far we're okay. I don't think my drum's getting wet. Okay, zucchini replacement is for someone who's eager. Eager, who is it? It's Jane Corlett. Well, that's not surprising after your connection yesterday, Jane. You've already got jumping beans. Jumping. The zucchini jumped elsewhere. That's funny. Okay, next zucchini is Rebecca Ross. Planting you down here into the fertile ground on this beautiful damp day or morning. And the final zucchini seed is for Robin Hippler. Robin, into the ground you go as a zucchini today. Okay, thank you. All right, at the back there, we're going to put the chili. So we're going to chili next. I've got 4 chili. The chili are these black ones. Oh no, the chilies aren't the black ones. The chilies are the chili seeds. So I've got a tiny chili seed here, and we'll grab that one for Angela Fraser. Angela, so let's think about chili. So these are supposed to go green-red. So we're looking at the heart, and we're looking at the base chakra. And the spiciness, I think maybe bringing some spice and passion into our life. So there we go, Angela. You're a chili. Next chili here is for Janice Chalmers. Create some spice and fire and passion and action. There we go, Janice. In you go as the chili. The third chili is for Christi. Christi, in you go as a chili. Here. And the final chili here is for this person. It is Joanna Levine. Joanna, in you go. Spice and life. Exciting. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have done a miscalculation. We must have not quite a bit more than 25 people. So we will adjust that in a minute. I've got a leek A tiny little leek. So leek is part of the onion family, and it grows upright. So it feels very much like a, what would you say, like a beam, like a pillar growing up with the fruit or the vegetable of the part that you can eat grows up like a pillar. So it feels straight like a pillar. It feels strong. It feels like it's stretching also to the sky. So the person here, the first person that I'm planting a leek for is Avril Daly. Now I can't quite wrap you in that because it's such a small seed. I'm just going to pop you there. And then we'll see what we've got left and what we'll plant here. There's another leek. And the next person, oh no, I've only got 6 leek. Yeah, so I've done a miscalculation. Suzie Nicholls, you're a leek today. In you go. Hopefully you all sprout nicely and create some yummy foods for us to enjoy over summer. There's another leek seed. And I guess the last person, I don't know who it's going to be or what we're going to pick for you. But Jackie, this is you. Jackie, you're a leek. Leek, leek. In you go. Another leek here. And this seed here is for Michele Burch. Michele, into the ground you go. I might have 2 left. There might be 27 people on the list instead of 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, this is for Joanne Monroe, the leek here. In you go, Joanne. And then I think that's a seed. Looks like it. Yep. So that's another leek seed. And this is for our last person with the leek. And then we've got a surprise last person. This is Kathleen Glen. It's Kathleen. Into the soil you go. Now we've got 1 person left, which I can't see who it is. But I'm going to, what can I plant here? I'm going for, well, we'll put 1 extra bean. So we've got 4 and 4. So I'm going for Jack and the Beanstalk for whoever this last person is. You might know if you're watching live and your name hasn't been called yet. So the bean, the last surprise magic bean. Oh, it's for you, Rayna. I don't know if you're watching. Rayna Ortiz, you're a magic bean. So I'm going to move whoever this last person with the bean was up a little bit and we'll plant you in there, Rayna. So excellent. That's all our seeds. Thank you all. So 26 people on the list today. Thank you all so much. Let's turn you over or put some soil on top of you and put you in bed. In bed here to do your magic in the soil as we've planted now the seed for your new beginning. This is your time to make the most of whatever opportunities you have available. And if you don't have opportunities available, create some. These seeds won't germinate on their own. They need the right conditions. So if you don't have opportunities, if you feel like there's just nothing for you that's going on, nothing in your life, find something, make something, do something. Okay, over with the chili. So your names are with your seed down in the ground. As the seed grows, you grow. So over the next couple of months, hopefully you'll notice some things shifting and opening for you. I'm going to put some hay on that afterwards and water it. I will do that later. The rain is picking up, so I want to drum on this. I'm going to pull another card first. Then we're going to drum on our seed bed, our bed of seeds. We'll grab a card. And if you just joined in, self-confrontation was our card as we planted. Now let's grab another card here as we prepare to drum I'm really drawn to the drum's rhythm at the moment, the rhythm of the drum, just like the rhythm of our heartbeat, the rhythm of our mother's heartbeat, the rhythm of the beat, the heartbeat of the earth, the rhythm of things. So the best card to support our drumming, it almost feels like an activation of the seeds as well. These Healing Energy cards, deck 2. And we've got card 109, Own Your Power. Own your power. This is in the action category over here. Action. This is forward movement. This is taking action. This is moving forward. It says move forward with strength. Strengthen yourself. Take ownership of your power in a healthy, empowering and productive way. Proceed. Proceed. And certainly the resistance has left. I'm ready to get straight into the drum. Well, hopefully the drum sounds okay, because it does loosen up the skin when it's raining and damp. But it might still be okay from inside. It's okay. We can work with that. Takes a nice big breath and feel the rhythm, the energy of the drum moving down into you as this seed and down into your own body. Our body really is the seed. So this seed that's represented here, this represents our own body as the seed. Oh, yeah. It's a nice big breath. And the seeds, this seed and what it represents may have been sitting dormant in you, maybe dormant in you for some time, maybe something you've really worked hard to get to a certain point in your life, or maybe it's a brand new thing, but whatever's been sitting dormant, excuse me, it can also be represented by these seeds. Oh, thanks. Hi, Allison. Hi, everyone. Okay, thank you. Let's grab a card to go. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I always enjoy our connections, and I especially look forward to our planting the seeds for new beginnings. So I trust that the seeds that we've planted for you brings great growth, strong roots, and wonderful fruit and things that we can eat and enjoy in our life, a harvest. We enjoy a fruitful harvest from the seeds that we've planted today. So think about taking, or how you can take these seeds that we've planted, how you can take them into your life. So let's look now for the best card to go. What do we need to know as we move on from here? How can we carry this through? What do we need to do next to be able to make the most of this energy and make the most of this opportunity? So the best card to support what's next is this Healing Energy cards, deck 1, and we have the Journey, card 45. This is also in the action category. So action here in the red here on the right is about moving forward, taking action, moving forward, maybe with a goal or an aim or a target, something that we're moving towards or moving into. It could be one step at a time. Often that is the case, but there might be something that we have in mind. There could be a goal or a target that we're figuring out now. So once we land on whatever that goal is, could be a short distance ahead or a long distance ahead, then we can aim for that and take steps towards it. The journey, this is exciting and motivating. It says, journey forward, life's path, keep moving, the unknown, trust in the steps you're taking, don't give up, take action, and walk your path. Only we can walk our path. I've said that in several different ways on several occasions just during this video. And that's our last message here. Walk your path. Only we can walk our path. It's not up to others to walk our path for us. They might walk alongside us if we're lucky enough to share our life with someone special. But ultimately, we walk our own path. We have to take ownership and responsibility for that path and what we want to do with it, what we want to do with our life moving forward. Both the triumphs and the successes, hopefully, but also the challenges and the things that don't work out that well. We need to just work our way through them, get out the other side, learn from it, and then perhaps make better decisions in the future. This card's very much about trusting in the decisions that we make, trust in the steps that we take as we move towards the unknown. This here is a doorway, a blackened doorway. It reminds me of a train tunnel. A bit like a train tunnel, but a doorway that is blackened out. It's the unknown. So this is where we're going. We're right on the precipice. We might be right in it right now as we move our way into the unknown. Now, on the sides of this path, which we can't see, but I imagine that we have cheer squads here on the side of our path cheering us on. Now, we might not feel much of that right now. Doesn't mean we might be feeling this in the physical, because there might not be many or any person there that's really fully cheering us on. So we might find that our path here is lined with spiritual beings, our loved ones in spirit, our ancestors, our spirit guides, the beings that support us. They are at least cheering us on at the very least. But, you know, we might find physical people there too. We might not right now. It doesn't sort of feel like there's much of that around. So that we do have support, we do have a cheer squad cheering us on as we move towards the unknown. The rainbow out here gives us hope that things are going to work out okay. And, you know, we can keep stuck and stagnant, we can avoid the unknown, we can avoid the change, but it just keeps us stuck here. It's still going to be there. This unknown door is still going to be there. It's still going to be looming. So the best thing we can do is, what I think anyway, is just go for it and just take the steps that we know that are necessary to go into this unknown place. Now, if you've got this deck of cards, you might want to get this card out and keep it close by for a couple of days, especially if this resonates with you and what you have going on in your life. So the journey, your journey, our journey, it's our journey to walk. Keep moving, keep going forward. So thank you so much. Thanks for joining me today. It's actually nice, although I'm a bit wet. Actually, I'm quite wet. It's nice being out here in the drizzle and planting these seeds. It feels like, well, there's emotion behind this. I think that's what it probably represents too. Being a wet day while we've planted the seeds shows that we have emotion behind whatever it is that we're planting. We have perhaps a passion or a reason or an emotive reason to plant this seed and to get going with and in our life. There is emotion backing it. There's probably creativity connected somehow. We might have to think in creative ways as we plant these seeds and do creative things in our life. But I do trust that whatever's been planted for you, that it manifests beautifully and you get to harvest some really yummy fruit in the months to come. So thank you for connecting. Thank you so much for your support. And I'll be back again for the next Healing List event in October, the end of October. I do these at the end of every month. So thanks for joining me and have a great rest of your day. Namaste. Bye. Thank you all.